Hello and welcome to Ask MotorInc. And if you're watching this on the app, what's up, people? And if you're watching this on YouTube, what's up, people? Why aren't you on the app yet? The app is free to download, and the questions I'm about to answer are the ones that the MotorInc fam has posted there in circles. We'll talk about that later. I'm going to start with the questions because, again, we have a whole bunch which are fundamentals and great to know and great to improve your life out on the road. The first question, though, is one that's been hanging over my neck like a sword for ages. It's from Pratik, Pune Traveler. He's been really kind of upset with me because the one thing I haven't answered in a while, and we've chatted about this because we can on the app, is about what happens to hybrid systems. We spoke about hybrid systems and how they may or may not work if their batteries pack up. But what Pratik had wanted to know was what would it cost to replace a hybrid system's battery pack? Now, this was a question that we've been chasing down to get an answer for quite some time, and now we have some clarity. Pratik had got information that a battery pack for, I don't remember which car it was, it would be either the Innova Hycross or the Hyrider Grand Vitara, which is a battery pack for the strong hybrid system. So it's not very large. It's 1 to 2 kilowatts in that range. And he said that the cost of that would be about 2 lakh rupees. And to which I had reacted, like I said, we can converse on the app. I told him that sounds like a lot. So he said, why don't you check? And I said, I will. And I was checking, and I finally have a sense of where we are at. And that is that Pratik was right. I was wrong. But things have changed in the meantime because Toyota and Maruti Suzuki are now manufacturing the battery packs in India. And so the cost of these battery packs, in case you need them, will be much lower. How low? 40,000, 50,000? No. They'll be closer to a lakh. We don't have exact figures, but that's the ballpark. But the point, if you're looking to get a hybrid system today, is you don't have to worry about that because the battery pack has a warranty as well for 8 years or so, which means by the time, if the battery pack does wear out and needs replacement, the cost of these systems will have gone down significantly further, as they already have. Earlier, the battery packs were being imported into the country. Now, those batteries are being manufactured here. We will see other changes like this, which will make things more economical, as they usually are. The next question is from Shub1119, and he's asked a question that made me also sit back and think about, how did I handle that? And he's talking about defogging the windscreen in your car. What is the best way to do that? Now, I remember earlier I would just go and when the windscreen would fog up, which is it could happen on a rainy day, it could happen on a cold day, it can happen when the car is really cool. Uh, and you typically be just toggling the switches until something works. But the interesting thing is the science behind it. And I will admit, I am not a science student. So these are all things that I've picked up just out of the love for automobiles, right? So the science behind it is really interesting. Air, when it gets hot, the structure, the molecules expand and therefore creates more space for water vapor to get stored in there. So the air becomes humid and it can hold more humidity when it's hotter. When the air gets cold, it again compresses, which means the space it takes shrinks, and that squeezes the water molecules out. It will be at a particular point at which the water vapor from the air will turn into the liquid form. Now, this point at which it happens is called the dew point. What is interesting is that the dew point can vary depending on what the humidity is, that is, how much water vapor is actually in the air, what the temperature is. And that can vary, which is why, if you think about it, when you're up in the mountains where the air is generally dry, much drier than most other places, right? You still get a lot of condensation because it's super cold over there. So even the little bit moisture that's there in the air there condenses quickly because it's much colder. And that's simply how condensation happens inside your car. And think about it, you're sitting in your car on a cold day, your windscreen is cold, you're in the car, you're breathing out warm air, you're breathing out moisture through your air. And that's the moisture that hits the windscreen or the windows and then condenses there. How do you get rid of it? Now, this is the really interesting bit. You can, in some instances, use cold air, some instances, hot air. But the best way to do this is to use the demister. Now, this is that little button which is like a windscreen shaped, slightly curved for the front windscreen and a rectangular one for the rear. It's the front one that we're going to focus on here. And that has these wavy lines, which is to indicate airflow. So when you hit that button, what it will do is it will start sending the air from the air conditioning system to the windscreen, not from the vents on the dashboard and stuff like that. It'll go to the windscreen. Now, your air conditioning system has two parts to it. One is the heating system and one is the cooling system. Both systems can work together. And this is the interesting thing, because when you send the hot air towards the windscreen, one, it's heating up the windscreen, but it's also heating up the air, which means it increases its ability to absorb the moisture that is then coming off the windscreen and stuff like that. And keeping the air conditioning system on is interesting because that air, when it gets routed over the heat exchanger, actually takes the moisture out of the air. Just think about it. When you are typically standing somewhere running the car with the air conditioning on, you'll see water falling down underneath the car. That's the condensation that's coming out of the air conditioning system, right? So it's taking the humidity out of the air, which is what needs to be done. And in this scenario, if you're using that button, it will directly change the recirculation setting, which means now the air conditioning system, the ventilation system will be letting fresh air in from the outside through the system. You can help it along by opening the windows, which will just vent the cabin any which way, if it is possible for you to do that. So this is a slightly strange sounding system, but a very effective system. And if you want to understand the science behind this even better, go check out Mark Rober on YouTube. He has some brilliant science videos, and this is one interesting one he'd done about automobiles a long time ago. And you'll be able to get a secret, actually a secret hack that he discovered about how to reduce fogging up of windscreens and windows. It's a hack that anybody can manage anytime, pretty easy. So check it out. So we leave it at this for now. And just to let you know, for those who are on YouTube, the MotorInc app is available on iOS. It's available on Android. It is free to download. When you do, you'll have to sign up. It's a free sign up. It'll give you access to a whole bunch of videos that we've got on the app. You'll be able to see guides. You'll be able to access circles, which is the home for the motoring family to catch up, talk about their cars, bikes. And that's the place where, if you post with the hashtag AskMotorInc and ask us any questions that you have, like these, we'll get down to answering them. That is, if somebody from the motoring fam hasn't already answered them. And I hope that we'll be able to see you there soon. Thank you so much for watching.